So we're back here on the Duncan Duo Show talking about the Tampa Bay real estate market, and just about every single week, with our company size, our marketing outreach, and the number of agents that I have, just about every week it seems like we have an instance where we uncover or determine someone trying to either scam us or harm a real estate agent. An article out of Michigan this week, a man was posing as a police officer to lure in female real estate agents. So he'd find a female real estate agent that he thought was attractive, and then he would, basically, try express interest in a home, pose as a police officer to try and get the person to let their guard down. Because naturally, I think, me personally, I'm very appreciative and grateful for police officers. I mean, we're heading to a wedding in Jamaica of 2 Tampa PD officers that are good friends of ours. So I mean, there is I think there's something very admirable about what they do, at least in my take on things. So a lot of times your guard gets let down if someone identifies that that's what they do. So clearly the real estate industry has become a target for unfortunate circumstances. There are people out there trying to steal wire information. It seems like every few months there's somebody texting real estate agents that work for me trying to pose as me, asking them to buy them gift cards.
Yeah, I happened to know someone on my team even somehow came out to you. It's crazy.
Yeah. So we the 2 people on earth that I would ever ask to go buy me something know who they are. There's 2 of them. Okay, one is my wife, and one is our executive assistant. That's it. Like no one else am I ever going to ask to do that. So I've had to reiterate that in my organization so that somebody doesn't think that, hey, Andrew's hit me up for me to buy him something, so that they all know I will never do that. And look at the reply to address. You all know my cell phone number. You all know my email. If it's not from one of those, then it ain't legit. Yep. But it's a scam, and the safety one's a big one because we deal with this a lot where our female real estate agents get the case of their gut instinct tells them something's wrong about a potential client. So I mean, there's things that we do to protect that and to give them more information, whatever information we can obtain about the potential client. But I think another thing is just the consumers need to understand that because of the world that we live in today, and because of how it's realtors have been murdered the last few years. Realtors have been raped the last few years. Yeah. So if you're asking a realtor to go out to a house at 8 o'clock at night, they've never met you. The realtor needs to get information from you. And if you're unwilling to provide that, 1, a smart realtor isn't going to work with you. And 2, you're going to look like you're a creeper. They're going to think something's up if you're not willing to provide some of this information, and they're not going to work with you. And you have to accept that there's a little bit more of a burden of proof today that you're going to have to provide to show someone that you're not some crazy person trying to attack them.
Yeah, I'm so glad we're talking about this because it comes up and then you hear a lot of people say they get annoyed by it, or I had to send them this or send them that and everything else. And you just got to understand in the world we live in today, you have to do that.
And I tell my agents,
yourselves.
No sale is worth risking your life.
Right, absolutely. It's just not.
So
it's not
if you don't feel good about it, maybe try and involve another agent, see if the other agent will buddy up with you, verify some information. What I can tell you is 2 things. 1, if someone goes through the process of getting qualified for a mortgage, they've given their name, their date of birth, their social, their address, their phone number, all this information, the likelihood of them doing something is just so slim because it will be very easy to find them. So it's another reason why consumers sometimes get mad at real estate agents forcing the pre-qual, but part of that is because now we know that you're real and you're not some crazy criminal. So, it's not just about protecting the realtor's time, it's also about protecting their safety. Another thing, asking for a copy of someone's driver's license. I want to see your driver's license. I want to make sure your name's really your name. If you can't show if you're looking at buying hundreds of thousands of dollars of a home, and you're not willing to show your driver's license, someone's going to go out and open doors for you, you might be a creeper. So guess what? We're not going to work with you. I think the other element is the proof of funds. Now certainly those can be documented, they can be faked, and but there's ways to verify that. Asking for their personal banker's information, those types of things. But a proof of funds is another thing that's going to lead a trail to be able to determine if the person is legit or not. So those are steps that you have to take as realtors today to protect your safety. We talk a lot about safety courses. Our agents have taken. We've brought in people to train them on self-defense. So I think again, it's got to be an ongoing conversation because it is a big risk for real estate agents. And it's funny because the couple studies I've seen lately have been females, but there have been males too. It's
Right.
been
Yeah,
both sides of the ball game.
absolutely.
There's no filter for a crazy person or a criminal. They're going to attack and try and steal your car, rob you, harm you, rape you, whatever, no matter if you're male or female. So, pretty much everyone has to be aware and be prepared for that. So, I do know that our agents have tools. We've employed a lot of tools that a lot of real estate brokerages do not have to help our agents in those situations. A lot of protocol that are meant to give them more information, to help them determine the viability of a prospect, the legitimacy of them. So, and a lot of that as a consumer, if you get those questions and they bother you, you have to understand where they're coming from. They want to make sure you're not going to rape and murder them.
Yes.
And there's, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with them asking for information to help protect themselves. Because again, no sale, no customer's worth anyone's life. So.
Totally.